Now, talking about other micronations, um, there are hundreds of them at any given time, and probably maybe 300, maybe more micronations. Again, most of them are online. You can't really visit them in person. There are a few that you can visit, like Sealand. We talked about that. If you're really dedicated, it's kind of pricey to go to Sealand because you have to hire a boat to go out there and so forth. But um, there are two micronations that are fairly close to us. And when I say fairly close, it's like, I don't know, out west close, not like Connecticut to, New York close or something like that. And so it's about 4 hours to each one of them. Uh, yeah, about 4 hours to each one of them. One's Slojamistan, which is down outside of San Diego. You can actually go visit that nation. There's right off the road, so it's very easy to get to if you go east from San Diego. And the other one is called Zakistan, which is located in way far remote northwest Utah, way out in the middle of nowhere. It was many, many long dirt roads to get to that place. I was very shocked that they themselves found their own country because it's so big. But anyway, there are other micronations you can visit pretty much all over the world. So,
You
and
don't
we
always have to visit the nation, though. You guys do conventions, right? Or
we
I don't know
do.
if you'd call it a convention. Would you call it a summit?
No, actually, it's a convention. It really is
All
because
right.
there's no policies discussed or anything like that. No, it's just a meeting of micronations. It's called Microcon, and it happens every 2 years on odd years. And so we had one last year, two in 23. We had one, actually two. We had one in Chicago, then a European version in Belgium, and then we're going to have another. The next one's going to take place in Montreal in 2025, in June 2025. And it's just fun to get together with the leaders and I guess citizens of other micronations that they represent there at Microcon, and just sort of kind of like almost like an exchange of ideas. But it's just really neat to see what other people think a micronation or a nation should be. We have our own way, but there's others. The young lady from Obsidia, and her entire nation is a rock that she carries around in a box. So that's the whole country, about this big. And so you can literally touch the highest point on her country. There it is. And her idea is that countries don't need to have borders. They're about people. They're about cultures, and less about actual physical, territory and so forth like that. So anyway, going back to Microcon, it's just neat to get together and meet these young micronationalists and their ideas, what makes a country, and then exchange ideas and so forth like that. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Well, you talk about ideas, and then that kind of makes me wonder why a nation, because a lot of people find interesting hobbies and creative hobbies, and there's no shade here. I love what you do, but I'm curious what brings you into that thought, and then clearly so many other people, and I like that you talk about the exchange of ideas, like what is a country. So
Mhm.
does it stem from that?
Yes, actually for us, and I can't speak for everyone, but for us, it actually really does stem from that. What makes a country? Countries are complicated things. There's a lot of layers, like onions, and or parfait, either way. Anyway, and so it's fun to explore and see what you can do next with that idea of having a country. Where are you going to take it? Where are you going to go with it? And we explore that pretty much every single day. Where are we going to go with our country? What are we going to do? I mean, is it going to be environmental stuff? Are we going to do, science surveys? Are we going to do, build some infrastructure here in the nation, like we did with the bank and the post office and all that? And what do you do with your own, your own finances and the your own currency and so forth, and just all the different things that go into making a country. And we have that, right here in Molossia, and we're continually seeking to see where we can go with it. And the sky's kind of the limit when it comes to people, and also when it comes to countries, and countries are made up of people.
What would you say is your most inspiring message to people who might stumble upon Molossia? What would you want them to take away?
I think probably um, you can do it too. You can create your own country. You can start your own country. It's starting's not hard. Keeping it going can be hard. Keeping it active, keeping it busy, and taking it wherever you're going to take it can be hard. But use your imagination, your creativity, and start your own country. Absolutely. Um, why not? It's a lot of fun, and it's challenging. It can be challenging, putting it together and keeping it going. But yeah, that's probably it right there. You can do it too. You can start your own country. and we help new micronationalists all the time, and we give them ideas because we've got our 47 years of doing this, so we've got a lot of experience, on how we made our money, and where do the medals come from, and where does the uniform come from, and how do you make passports, and should you make passports, and on and on and on, just about anything you can think of. We probably have done it at one time or another, or at least thought about it, and so we're here to help, and kind of give you ideas, and let's see what you can do with your own country.
I actually imagine you just made me think of it just the way you were talking about that with younger people. That'd probably be a very good way to teach kids and anybody really about how countries operate and get them to ask those questions too. Why
Absolutely.
do we have passports? What is the purpose of these things that we all take for granted?
Hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. We've had some micronationalists who started out young, as most micronationalists do in their teens and so forth, and they have gone on as adults to function to be in politics in their own well, I guess, nation around their micronation, if you will, local politics and so forth like that. So it's sort of like spawned that in them to go ahead and go next level beyond your micronation, and be involved in that. And I'm not saying politics is good or bad, but it does teach a little bit about how governments work, and how people work, and what you can do.
Is that something you would ever consider doing? Expanding your power by taking part in a foreign nation's
No,
power?
that's no.
No.
No, I don't need their headaches. I really, really, really do. I think I'm too old for that. No, no, nope, nope,
Yeah,
nope,
but
nope.
you've already got the presence. You're in the parade. The populace knows you. That would be
Okay.
hilarious if you really ran.
Yeah, but no. I mean, it's especially if it was in this area here. This is a funky, weird kind of area that I don't think I would even have a chance. And all I would do is sort of, I don't know, cast a little shadow upon what we're doing here in Molossia. We don't need any like negativity. We're having a good time with our country, so we're just fine right where we are. We don't need to take it any further.
I think you could go for governor, and then as soon as you become governor, make your land officially a micronation, and then just resign.
Hey, that's not a bad idea, actually. I don't think I have the financial backing. It's very expensive to run for office in the U.S., and you can't
You
pay
have.
for it with cookie dough. So,
Oh, all right. I was gonna say. I mean, maybe invite Yes Theory back, see if they
all
bring
right,
you stock.
thanks, guys. Now I
Yeah.
can run for office. I got all this cookie
Yeah.
dough. Hey.